Kira Platz. Oh,
that works too.
yeah, that's a half Platz.
Me.
Oh,
Do re mi.
yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right, everybody, we are back with another special edition of Henny Talk, and we're doing it in the home of
Eric.
And Ondi.
Erick. It's me.
And these are two of Henny Productions and Zoe.
Zoe.
So, Bane was a dog that Henny had to repo. You can tell the story about Bane.
So, Bane found his home pretty beginning, around week 10 or 12, I can't remember, pretty early. Got into a home and ended up taking him back home, repossessing him due to many reasons. And yeah, he came out pretty hot, pretty much didn't have, I believe, not a great outdoor life, pretty much locked up in an apartment. And yeah, that's what it seemed like. As soon as you open the door, he would just bogue and enjoy his freedom.
100 miles an hour.
150 miles per hour even. So, but eventually Eric and Andrea came by and decided to give Bane a second chance, and here we are.
Well, I guess we actually need to rewind because they had Akira first, and then
Oh yeah, that's right.
So can you tell
How
us
did
the
that
story?
happen?
Yes.
Well, we went out to Henrik's property Ondi wanted to look at Bane, and then when we were out there, I just fell in love with Akira because she's just awesome.
Perfect.
She's perfect.
Well, weren't you trying to get a puppy at first?
We were trying
Right.
to
It
get
was a puppy Bane, but when I saw Akira, I said, "This is just the best dog I've ever seen." So we wound up with Akira, and then we decided she's just so well behaved, and we'll get into her protection training. But she's just a love doll, but she's very well disciplined. We decided Ondi wanted a puppy, Bane. I did not want the responsibilities of a puppy and the puppy energy that goes with it. So, as well as wanted some protection training, so we turned Bane over to Stan here. He's been in training 9 months now, maybe?
Yeah, 8, 9 months.
8 or 9 months-ish, and he's come along great. He lives pretty much with Stan, and he works with Bane several times. How many times a week? Every day, every other day?
We do something every day.
Something every day to help him develop into a good companion dog who's also well protection trained. And he's, so far, we've had him home for 2 weeks now. He's going back for more training, but the emphasis was on socialization, and Stan has done a fantastic job with that. Bane we take him on walks, he's non-reactive.
No, he doesn't react to anything.
Doesn't bark at other dogs.
Nice.
I take him to work. Truck drivers come in my office and he doesn't react. He's not aggressive. He's just very well socialized, and that's phase 1 of our Bane training.
So a lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get a protection dog and it's going to be always on. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to get a protection dog that knows how to do things, and I have to always be worried about them biting your mom coming over, or if you have kids, or if you go to the restaurants or whatever, you're going to be worried about your dog being vicious and aggressive because people think, oh, my dog knows how to bite. That means they're always going to be doing it. And what is your experience in that? I mean, don't you take her to Pilates and...
Yes, I take Akira everywhere with me. We go to Pilates, we go to the grocery store, we go anywhere where I am. We're in Houston and it's hot, so you can't leave a dog in the car. Mm-hmm. So anywhere that I need to go, dry cleaner, she goes with me, and she's perfect. She ignores everybody and just stays right there, and we just do our thing and then leave and get in the car and go home.
But you actually already have a couple situations where you were happy to have her with you, right?
Oh yes, so the pharmacy situation, there was kind of a sketchy guy came in the pharmacy, and I was glad that she was in there with me. And I mean, I'm glad that, the world's kind of a weird place, so.
But it showed that she's able to do
Yes,
totally
she for sure will do her job.
And you'll see, I'm sure you'll see footage of that when these gentlemen post it. But to Stan's point, probably the greatest, and this dog is great, is the fact that I have zero worries she'll ever randomly bite somebody or do something aggressive. She is not an aggressive dog.
No.
She's sweet. She's thoughtful. She's just really a great companion. But
There is that but.
on command, she will do her job. But it's a job for her. It's not in her nature to be aggressive. But we'll watch that video of the demonstration Stan and Henrik did this afternoon. When she goes at Stan, she won't let up because he had threatened Ondi. And she just does her job so well. But I mean, look at her now. She's just, it's work, and it is work for her. Importantly, there's no fear that she's going to do something silly and hurt somebody for no reason. It's not even in the picture of concerns with her, which is a fantastic relief because who wants someone that's volatile and aggressive? That's just silly.
All the time. It's not so peaceful.
It's right. It's not peaceful. You're on pins and needles. I mean, heavens to we don't want
You
that.
pretty much want your dog to be a dog and a member of the family until it's time to act.
And at the same time, if somebody did something to her, say she wasn't paying attention and they came and grabbed her and she felt threatened, there's not going to even be a command gone or given, and she's going to be on.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to train them for, because we want to socialize the dog so they can be around anything, people, places, forklifts, big trucks, all of these different things. But if the situation arises, we want the dogs to understand that they can go. And that's what we train for. And a lot of times people don't take the time and they don't want to spend the money that it takes to get the dogs to this level. Most people would be happy with a dog like Bane, who kind of does it in training and then, he's going to do it for real. And actually, I think he might, but might is not what you want to be thinking in a real situation. You want to be knowing a 95% chance that my dog is going to go forward in a situation where I need them. And that's where we want to get both of these dogs to the point where they're going to be at. And as you see now, they can play together, they socialize, they're good with other dogs, they can be in the house. And one of my concerns was Bane being in the house. Like, what is he going to do when he just kind of has freedom, per se? I mean, yes, we allow him to have freedom, but it's still structured. It's training, he understands. But what's going to happen when Ondi's nice and lets him have squish time and not necessarily training time? But everything that you guys sent us they've been positive remarks. I think they get too amped up at night. I think that was the only real issue that they've had.
And I think also people have to understand that, you say you have a protection dog. Well, it doesn't mean you have a vicious dog. It just means that the dog is trained to do a job. And when the dog is just in normal life, it's just a great dog. Mm-hmm. And they just like to love you and sit on the sofa and watch a movie and whatever. They're just really sweet and good. And in the house, these guys are amazing, but you do have to do the training. And so I really think that you need, someone like Stan and Henrik to, who know the dogs and who know their temperament and who know what to do to make the training a positive. Because you don't want, anyone can train a dog and be mean or aggressive with the dog, and you don't want that. I mean, I certainly don't want that. I don't want that for my pets. They're pets to me first, and family members. So I think that you want them to be trained in a good way.
Yeah, the love and structure that these gentlemen provide these dogs is a foundation for how well they behave with us. And I mean, they're just having fun in the house and with each other.
And with other dogs, and that's huge because I'm around a lot of other dogs since I have horses, and that's huge for me. Like, I can't have a dog that's going to be lunging at someone's, little tiny dog at a horse show. I mean, that would be terrible.
I actually like what you were saying. Just because you have a protection dog doesn't mean that they are continuously aggressive. You got to watch out. So if the training is right, and you do it right, and interact with them right, they know how to be just a dog.
Yes.
And then they get taught a job and get taught when to act.
Yes.
Whatever they have to do. And once that situation is over, it's back to being a part of the family.
And I think one thing that, other dog trainers, people that are handling dogs need to understand is they have to be able to communicate to the owners of the dog what they're supposed to do. And let's be honest, you're not as intense as Henrik and I with
No.
Bane. And that's one thing we
For
were
sure.
worried about, that he was going to take advantage of your soft side. But
No,
you,
he's so
you corrected
good.
him. I think you gave him like one good correction, and he started understanding, oh, she actually means it. She's not going to be as, she's not going to sound like a German. And I get scared when he yells at Dax. I'm like, oh, my bad. But you're not going to be that intense. But we've learned to communicate what you need to do to have him to be the dog you want for your lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of people, trainers, need to understand is my lifestyle, the way I'm communicating to a dog is going to be different than the dogs that you're selling to people or the dogs that you're training for other people. And you have to be able to communicate what they need to do to have the dog that they want. And we're going to say, hey, if you want certain things, it has to be done this way. You're okay with his behavior? That's perfectly fine. But just know that there may be a time where you actually going to have to correct, actually going to have to put your foot down. And I think you did, because he's a good dog.
He's so good.
Right. And we did that when we were, without these guys here, when we first brought Bane home. We learned we didn't have his pinchy collar on at first, and he would not stay down, We put the pinchy collar on and just pull it, plots, and he settled into it.
Mm-hmm. And then once he learns, you don't have to use it
That's right.
as much. And then you get to the point where your voice is more powerful than any collars, any corrections that it needs to be.
Sometimes you just gotta step in as, okay, that's what we're gonna do, and there's no discussion about it. And the dogs will get it if you keep doing it and you have the right authority.
And it needs to be, Bane is only 1.5 years old, so he's still at that
He's a puppy.
semi-puppy stage. Akira is fully developed. I mean, her personality is set, but her age is chill. He's still kind of got the puppy energy,
Yep.
but he's handling it very well.
Yeah. No, you guys done a great job as well. I mean, in a few weeks you had him out here. I mean, you guys did a good job.
And I think it's also important, what Stan and Henrik can do is you let them know what your lifestyle is.
Yep.
And then they will let you know, okay, well this is a dog that we can work with that, or maybe there's a dog and it has too much drive and that wouldn't be a good dog for you in your household lifestyle. But they can train that dog according to, so that the dog fits into your family and you don't have to adjust to the dog.
Yeah, because you ride horses, and I was like, hey, I'm about to go take him to see what he does around the horses, and he was perfectly fine. So I'm like, hey, he didn't charge after the horse, he wasn't intimidated, he wasn't insecure, so I feel like if you wanted to take him around your horses, he'd be perfectly fine.
And we did notice that with him. He's very, nothing phases him. I think it was the first morning we were home with him, and I took him for a walk, and there was a big, huge garbage truck, and it was so loud, and it literally was coming right at us, and I was like, I wonder what he's like. I wonder if he's going to get nervous, or he couldn't have cared. Didn't even care. And there were dogs. Someone was walking 2 dogs that were not trained, clearly. And the dogs were yapping at him and lunging at the leash and whatever. And he was just smelling on the grass, and we just kept walking, and he didn't care.
Protection training gets such a negative perception because people think, oh, the dog has to be this particular way. It has to be like a police dog. And like I tell everybody, hopefully you never have to use this side of training. Hopefully you never have to send your dog on somebody, because if you are, that means you're in an oh shit situation where you might not go home. And if we're ever in that situation, it's not where we want to be. So yes, we want to train the dogs for that 1% chance that this may happen, but 99.9999999% of the time, this is what we want the dogs to do. We don't need them to have an e-collar on or have to be put in the backyard when people come over. Because again, if you have to put your dog up, somebody does something, you may not be able to get to your dog.
Yeah.
But you need to have a dog, hey, if you say down, they're going to down over there. Or you say plots, they're going to plots over there. And they can be around large groups. They can be around other dogs. They can be around people, horses. You can take them to Pilates and they can be doing the downward dog. Well, you guys do downward dog in Pilates?
No, that's yoga, but we, when we stretch, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, if you have a protection dog, your dog should be able to be good wherever you take him. If you can't take him everywhere you want to go, there's no way he can protect you.
No.
So if your dog is not with you at all times, he can't protect you. It's the same way you can have a gun at home, but if you don't carry it with you, you can't defend yourself
Doesn't
with it.
Don't use it.
And that's the same thing. So you always want to carry a gun, or you always want to have your dog with you. So, yeah, I mean, you should be able to take your dog anywhere you want to go. Take your dog with you. Your dog should be neutral, social, should be fine in any environment, and then act when it's time to act.
And these guys are, like, I mean, they're great. I don't worry about, you know, if a cat runs across the street, I mean, they don't care.
Yep. And it should also be said that these gentlemen are very dedicated to these dogs and to their
Yes,
clients.
very much so.
They drove 4.5 hours from Dallas down to Houston for some training today. Anyhow, that's dedication to their clients and their dogs.
So if somebody was looking to get a protection dog or getting into the protection side of things, what are some things that you guys as consumers would say that they need to do research-wise on their trainers? Because some people don't live in Texas, so they can't come out here to us. But what are some things that you guys did before you even went and contacted Henny?
So we researched a ton. We had another German Shepherd, a West German bloodline German Shepherd that we had protection trained, and he was amazing. He was a wonderful dog. And then after he passed, we were looking for another dog, and we looked. Luke's breeder wasn't having any dogs at the time, and so we looked around, and you would talk to different people that I spoke with. Sometimes you just didn't get, you know, I thought this dog is going to be too much. Like, they're going to make this dog, this is going to be a crazy dog. Like, this is going to be a liability dog.
Yeah.
And they would get a little bit kind of macho about the thing, and I was like, you and I aren't going to match, because that's not how we operate. But so I sent Eric actually found Henrik online. Did you find him online?
Yes.
And I sent him a message and just said, you know, we're looking for a dog. And then we talked again.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, you know, when can we come up and look at the dogs? And we went up to go look at Bane, which was the puppy that he had at the time, because we assumed we were getting a puppy. And then, like Eric said, we did not come home with Bane. We came home with Akira, who is perfect. And I think that Henrik is very careful with his breeding program. He doesn't do a ton of breeding, and he does all the testing to make sure that dogs are going to be healthy. And he keeps up with his people to make sure that the dogs are in a good situation, and then he and Stan together can give you this total package of this great dog to have at your house, because they can breed an amazing dog, first of all, genetically, and then you put the training on top, and you end up with an Akira who is fantastic. And so we're super excited to see how Bane goes, because she's the greatest. So
To your question, Stan, if I'm outside of Texas and I'm looking for someone to do protection training like you do, I would avoid anyone who guarantees a timetable result.
Yes.
Who says I can do it in 6 months.
I agree.
No, they all develop differently, and they're all individuals, and they have to be on a different timeline, and who will guarantee results within a specified time. I would be leery of that.
Yeah. Because what are you doing to guarantee it's going to happen at this amount of time? Because,
Right.
I mean, like we told you about Bane, his bite work he was doing very well, but he knew he needed to be calm in the house. So we had to dial back on bite work, which made his protection side take a little bit longer. But you guys have him, 2 weeks now? And again, no issues. The first time y'all sent a text, I opened it and I'm reading it. Okay, what did he do? What did he do? Okay, wait, no problems. Yeah. And I got a little sad.
I know that wasn't work like he's perfect.
Yeah. I called him and I was like, well, I guess we're not getting Bane back.
And here's another thing. I didn't want to have to do any potty training. He came to me perfectly potty trained. I mean, that's
Well,
just...
we did a lot more penetration. We did all the potty training.
Yeah, I know you. I mean, I'm just saying.
I know a lot.
Yeah.
It was a whole lot of work. A lot of work.
But, you know, that's part of the service being provided is I don't want to deal with that. I've done that for 15 years with other dogs. I'm done doing that.
And that's why you didn't get a puppy.
Correct.
So the benefits of getting an older dog is they're going to have more of a foundation already. You don't have to worry about these small things, the building confidence, the teaching them the basic commands, all of those things. And you know, housebreaking is one of those like you want to work on for sure with the dog. So
That's actually a good thing, so what you just said, because a lot of people are worried about getting an older dog because they believe they don't have the time to build bond with the dog, all the stuff. So what is your experience with Bane and Akira, who was
she was
two and a half years old at the time?
She was 2.5.
And or bringing a Bane home who was 1.5 years old about when you took him home the first time. So what is your experience of bringing a dog home the first time, an older dog, 1.5, 2.5 years old?
I would say you are correct. When I asked when I was taking the kid home, Ondi had reservations. She thought because she had been with you for 2.5 years or so, she said, "Will she ever love me like she loves Henrik?" And I asked you, I said, "Well, you know, what kind of bond do you?" And you said, "Just give it a couple of weeks, attention and feeding, and she'll be bonded with you."
Mm-hmm.
And you were 100% right. There was so much advantage to buying or having a dog that's been trained for 1.5 to 2 years. You can avoid any genetic problems that might crop up, which, you know, that breaks your heart. You buy a puppy and a year later, it's got a bad, you know, it's just the worst.
hip issues.
Hip issues, some sort of disease, and then you're looking at a lifetime of medical bills or worse. You know, you have to put her down. You avoid that. You avoid
You
the.
also know what you're getting.
Yeah,
That's right. Their personalities have been developed.
Yep.
You know if they're a more of a hyper dog or a calm dog. That's set.
And you know what they're going to do in other situations with other animals, etc. 'Cause
Right.
to us, that was important because we're around other animals, and so that was something that was important. But like you were saying, if they're not in Texas, well, I say
Come to Texas.
Come to Texas. I say for sure, come to Texas.
TXGermanShepherd.com
That's
and
right.
IronSharpK9.com. Come on, guys.
Yeah. If you want a German Shepherd, this is the only place to buy a German Shepherd right here. So you need to come to Texas and do that because they're amazing.
Yeah, I know Stan trains other breeds, so if you have a you know, it doesn't have to be a German Shepherd. If you have another dog you want trained, or you know, a puppy that you're just giving you fits and you need help with, Stan can do it all.
Yeah, we got a bunch of Corsos in right now. I like Corsos. Literally have 3 of them.
Oh no!
All infiltrated, and the majority of them are good.
Yeah.
I got this puppy right now. His name is Sig. He's probably the coolest Corso I ever met. He's 7 months old. He's probably about 85 pounds. He's going to be probably 150 plus. But his temperament, so cool. We had I forgot he was out and we were doing gunshots with another dog. No issues. He didn't get defensive. He didn't get insecure. He didn't shut down. He's like, "Oh, what are you guys doing over there?" So yes, we work with a lot of different breeds. I like working with the off breeds. When I get these dogs here, it's kind of easy because they've been bred well, and I think I've trained at least 15 dogs from you.
You train like 90% of my dogs. Yeah.
And they've all been.
They all come back.
Yeah, they've all been. You know, you can't really say this dog is better than this dog. This dog is the best. Like they're all very close. You know, I think Akira's probably one of the better dogs that we've worked with, but we had just a lot of time. Like,
Right. Yeah.
He had her, so anytime I'd come over there, we'd do a little bit with her. She had to work through certain things, but we just had to build the dog's confidence. And then Bane's been fun to work too because he's a hell sometimes.
Oh,
You getting amped up too, mamas.
Zoe is the referee.
Yeah. Personal foul, Bane.
yeah. If these two start growling, she wants to stop
There
it.
you go. Somebody's got to keep it track.
And that's a good question as well. How was it integrating in? Because you had her first,
We had her first.
and then you brought in the other 2 after the fact. How was that?
And I do know that was one of the major concerns
Yeah.
by any of the dogs.
That's what we weren't going to get. We were getting a boy because I didn't want to put 2 female, pretty dominant breeds together, because healers can be a little much, and the shepherds can be a little much, and so we were worried about that. And I'm not gonna lie, Akira and Zoe have had a few moments, you know, where they both went for a toy or something, but they're both,
And when sometimes Zoe will nip her heels
yes.
in the backyard chasing her because that's what they're, you know,
And
they're
Akira does not
and
like
and
that.
Akira, she doesn't take kindly to that, but they settle it quick with the bark and
Well,
the
and
growl.
also they listen. So like, if all you have to do is give them an and
They stop.
everybody stops.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
there's
understand
no,
something is not right
yeah,
because of the training.
yeah.
So it was easy. It was a very kind of the easy transition.
And so it's fine. And still, you know, still once in a great while they'll have like a little moment, but they stop. And no one, it's not I don't worry. Like some people have dogs and they go at it and you can't get the dog to stop. And I don't ever worry about that.
But the dynamic is true. Bane and Zoe have better chemistry than Akira and Zoe,
Yes.
as far as just being relaxed with each other.
But in general, you didn't have any major.
We did not, no.
No,
And
no.
Zoe's a nervous wreck. She was a rescue, and she
She
was
was
abandoned for 6
rescued.
months.
I mean, Zoe's doing awesome. What
Yeah.
I've seen so
Yeah.
far. So, I mean,
No, and she gives it back. So I mean, she holds her own, and that was my worry. We were talking to Henrik when we first started this whole process because I didn't want to bring like a predator into the house
Yeah.
because Zoe had been through so much.
it was actually funny because they asked, "Can we bring him?" I was like, "Yeah, bring him. Let him run around. Akira's fine." They were like, "Really?" Yeah, you'll be fine. Akira, I just have to tell her, and she'll stop whatever's going on. And Ondi, he was like, "Okay, let's do it." And Ondi was like very hesitant.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
He was like very hesitant,
Yeah.
like, because I knew Akira, I trusted her
Yeah.
now. I know it's a one, and she'll stop. And,
I mean, it was even that way when they came up the first time where they were, hey, we're gonna get all three dogs together. What do we need to do? I'm like, well, Bane, he's been around other dogs.
Yeah, let him
He's not
go.
really an ass like that. Let's see what happens. Worst case scenario, we tell them no and they stop. So first time they came out, ran around, they got a little vocal. I think Bane took Akira's ball and she just looked at him. And you should have saw your face when that happened.
And it was,
Yeah.
she let him take the ball, and I was like, no.
Yep. And then she comes over and she's, hey, I want that back. And he drops it. And he's like, okay, cool. Let me go on
Yeah,
about my
and he's
business.
very good. He's very chill. I would say he's the most chill of anybody.
okay.
He kind of is like whatever.
Well, that's because he spent a lot of time with me, so you
That's
know.
right.
They,
Well-
they kind of take a reflection.
Dan is very chill,
Well-
and Bane is very chill.
And the viewers, stay tuned because tomorrow Bane is headed back with Stan for more training for another 2-ish months. So he'll have Bane for almost just under a year, and you'll be able to see on the videos here how well he progressed in a year. And I mean, he's already doing fantastic in the house and with us as a family dog and companion. But you'll be able to see the development. In a year, I think a year is a realistic goal, and then just see how they develop from there. Some dogs might need a little less, some might need a little more, but every dog is different, and to rush it is just silly. You know, trust your trainer, and if they say, you know, we need a little more time, you give it.
And that's the thing. I think people. And that was one of the things I'm like, I don't want them to think, hey, I'm saying we need more time with them because I'm trying to get more money out of them. It's, no, I know what you guys are wanting, and he's not there yet. But a lot of people, I think they would say, oh, he's finished. You can take him anywhere, and he's going to definitely protect you because I've got whatever I got out of it.
An honest trainer would tell you, no, I need more time. That really means I'm not happy where we're at.
Right.
Like, I want to make sure I give you the best product that I can produce with your dog.
Yep.
So if you then say, oh, you only do it for money and take your dog back, I just told you my dog is not done. But then you go out and say, hey, he didn't do anything. It's every dog progress is different. Some are faster, some are slower, some have their strengths in this, some in this. And some dogs just need a little longer. And if you give us the chance, if we tell you, hey, we need a couple more months, to get that dog to a certain stage, then needs a couple of months to get that dog to
Then
that
by
stage.
all means, give them a couple more months, because if you can have one of these in your
Oh
house,
my gosh, it's worth it.
you will be happy. I mean, she's going to be, and he will be with us for the next 12 years
Oh my gosh, I hope long.
or longer. And so,
Nah, y'all feed fresh petties that they get exercise, they swim in the pool.
I think it also you have to continue. Like, you know, people get dogs and think, okay, well, it's done. Well, it's not really done. You have to. I go up a lot and train with them when they do their training sessions to just reinforce. You know, Akira is fully trained, but she needs and they like it, so it's fun for them.
it is a lot of fun for these dogs to train. I
Yeah.
mean, they're happy as can be when they're training.
But you also have to reinforce that training, in my opinion.
Oh no, it's facts. It's just like anything. If you lifted weights for 2 years and you stop for 2 years, you're not going to be able to lift the same thing that you did. And it's the same thing with dogs. If you don't use it, you lose it. One of my favorite quotes is, "There's no finish line." There's always something more that you can work on. It's like, cool, the dog does good in this situation. All right, cool. Let's see what she does in a building search. Well, you got to train for that as well. But you can't train for the building search until your dog can do sins on their own. So there's always steps and different levels that you can reach. And I think people want to pay the least amount that they can, and then they want the creme de la creme. And it just doesn't work like that.
They want the
it's time.
least amount and the least of time, but want the biggest result.
Mhm.
And
You
that-
will get
that
the
I
best result if you do something with your dog every day.
Yep.
So like we walk, but we still do the thing. We do a down and a sits and all that while we're walking, and I'll do a foos and have her do the little spin and come sit next to me, just so that that's always being refreshed. And then it's always there.
Like, training never stops. You got to do at least something every day, something little, and if it's just a little sit down, sit stay, down stay, whatever it is. But every other week, you got to go out to training, go to your trainer, and pick up on those sessions. Because if you don't use it, you lose it. It's with us humans like this, and it's the same with those dogs.
Well, they're athletes too, so
Oh, very much so. And don't have a fat dog.
no.
All these dogs you can see, they have waist. You can see their rib. Healthy dogs. Their coats are shiny.
If you want to have a waist, that's fine. You know, your dogs.
The dog doesn't need no belly.
Nope.
They're going to be healthier. They're going to live longer. They're going to be happier. You're not going to have as many health issues with their hips, especially with German Shepherds. Having a lighter dog. Well, I think this was a good chat. You know, these are two owners, and you guys said you had protection dogs before. You're going to consistently always have them for,
Yes.
you know.
Well, this is just my breed. I mean, this is my love. I love these guys. This is my favorite. And the healers. I love the healers too. But the German Shepherds, I love.
Well, just in case, we got another litter. We got another puppy available. So you know,
Henrik has a puppy.
Yeah, she said she's going to get a C and a D with it.
Yeah, so she wants a litter. She wants a puppy.
This house is full.
we're working on that.
It's happy, but it's full.
So, if you guys are interested in getting a German Shepherd, where can they find you?
txgermanshepherd.com or Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. TX German Shepherd.
On all platforms. Iron Sharp K9. Y'all know who we are, Stan Smith. Again, we appreciate you inviting us in your home and appreciate you trusting us to raise these dogs up for your lifestyle.
And for delicious barbecue.
Oh yeah, barbecue is good too. And the old fashions.
I'm not allowed to lift my hand. I gotta do it on here.
Just take care of dog, people.